Hello everyone, welcome to round 11 and it's time for the sprint weekend here at France. Now, we had some wet action last time and we are ready for some more. It is going to be intermediate conditions for all of the sprint, and then most of the race. It is going to be very interesting with a lot of strategy decisions will need to be made and they will be key. Now, first of all, let's just start off with why are we so early. If you do not know, which I don't think it was, I don't think there was anything was tweeted. I did tweet though, about it being early, but there is the World Cup going on, and it's obviously a sprint race as well. So, yeah, there is a World Cup, the World Cup going on with England and France later on today. So, I think most people, even the drivers, would want to watch that, so that's why it is being done at a more different time than usual. And obviously we just had the match between Portugal and Morocco, and we saw Morocco take home the victory after beating Portugal 1-0. So well done to them. Later on we have France versus England, so that will be interesting to see that who will win that. Lovely to see quite a few people watching already. So I've just started streaming and we already have, I think, 4 people already in the stream, so thank you everyone, and let's hope it's gonna be a fantastic race today and a bit of wet action in France. So once again, Jordany in chat, welcome and thank you for joining us once again like you did last time out, and we will just be waiting to get underway. But now let's already get into some talking points before this weekend. So as you can see on your screen, Ollie. Now, if you remember him from Budapest in Hungary, he also had a chance of victory until there was a spin for him. Now, that is absolutely amazing to see. So, now, he is in Ferrari. Now, I'm just going to spend about, I think, a few minutes on it. Ollie, then, the problem was, AlphaTauri, they have two of the best drivers. They have some of the best drivers in the league. So you kind of can't remove them. But then you also have Ollie, who was dominating the Tier 2 Championship until he's not been able to attend a few races for Tier 2. So he has the pace, and we saw literally in Tier 1 or in Budapest that he definitely has the pace. So it was kind of the problem AlphaTauri had, because you can't remove Chad and HP Gamer, but at the same time you have a third driver in Tier 2 doing absolutely fantastic. And I think this was an epic opportunity for Ferrari to get him, who aren't having the best of times in Tier 1, and maybe Ollie can build and get used to, I think, racing with some of these drivers, find out his pace compared to them, and then go for the championship next year. And I think that should be the same for Ferrari as well, because maybe Jaden doesn't have the same pace. I don't even know where he is actually. He's not right now in the thing. I think some drivers, by the way, haven't realized that it's already time, and we do still have 8 minutes. So I've just started early because we have a lot to get through and quite a bit of talking points, and to give everyone some time to get into the stream, because it is also the sprint race, as I've already mentioned. We will get more into that later. So it's a one short qualifying. So there's a big chance that if people don't get alerted quickly, they may miss some of the action. Hello, if you are just joining us in the stream. So yeah, so Ferrari got Ollie now, and it's a good chance for them and for Ollie to go for championship. Even if the only way I think that Ollie would have been able to get into AlphaTauri Tier 1 is if HP8 Gamer or Chad wanted to go somewhere else. But then Ollie would still, I guess, now this is Ollie's chance to build his own team and fresh environment. And also I'm in Ferrari Tier 2, so lovely to have him in the team as well. As you just see Noah jumping in the lobby. As well. So Flame is also joining in a sec. And same with Carla Bona. So drivers will continue to join. Obviously, I think some drivers may just be caught up with the different timings. And also, we were actually supposed to be at 4:30 until we realised that we're trying to stay away from the England match, but we also need to make sure we're not doing it during the Portugal match. So let's see how this one will go. So that's all about Ollie. Can't wait to see what he does, and could he go for victory. Okay, now another driver getting a promotion from Tier 2 to Tier 1 is Jojo, and he absolutely dominated last time out in Tier 2. And if you haven't watched that race, make sure you go and do so. Hello to Smithy, who's just joined the lobby as well. Make sure you go and do so. It is available on YouTube, or I think you can just go on Twitch and it will be in the previous broadcast. Absolutely dominant by Jojo, and what a way to say goodbye to Tier 2 for him. But it's time for him to be in Tier 1 with Mercedes. So absolutely lovely to see him, and it will be exciting to see what he can do. Obviously, he was racing last time out in Tier 1 as well in Zandvoort, but he had a late crash, which did obviously give us the last 2-lap shootout. So yeah, that is quite interesting. Then, last time out, also we had Chad extending his championship lead. And as we are now on that point, let's actually take you through the Drivers and Constructors Championship, and then we will dive into last race's results. Let me just get it up for you guys. So let's go to the drivers first of all, and as we have plenty of time, I may also decide to take you through, if we have enough actually, because it is, remember, a one-shot qualifying, so I can't be taking you through the stuff in qualifying, so we'll have to cut away. And then maybe if there's a, you know how in Zandvoort we had a bit of a slow period where there was nothing happening, if we have some of that, then I will make sure that I can give you more updates and stuff. So Sene is here. I've actually been pronouncing his name wrong this whole time since Austria, so sorry to him for that. Hopefully I'm this time pronouncing it right. So we have 6 people watching. Thank you for joining us, everyone. Okay, let's take you through the Drivers' Championship. So we have Chad, as I've already mentioned, extending his championship lead. And then you have HBA Gamer still in second, but now he is 23 points behind. Noah in third, he lost points because of he finished obviously lower down than Chad, but he's gained points on HBA Gamer. And then in fourth position we have Sene, who is only 10 points off Noah, so that's an interesting battle to keep an eye on. And then there's 12 points between the two Aston Martin teammates, Scene and Carlabona, 4th and 5th, and Carlabona 12 points behind. I think I may have just pronounced Sene wrong again, so sorry for that. It's going to take some time to get used to it. Right, Ace in 6th position with 50 points, and then we have Raphael in 7th position with 48, and then we have Flame in 8th, Charlie in 9th, Curvo in 10th, Jaden in 13th, and Shub in 14th. So that's how it currently stands, and we will be getting underway soon. Let me just take you now through the Constructors Championship. Let's just quickly do that, as we are still just waiting for 2 drivers. So let's take a look at the Constructors then. So AlphaTauri in a world of their own with 260 points. Then we have Aston Martin in 2nd, 148. Then we have Haas in 3rd with 107. Then we have McLaren in 4th with 105. Then Red Bull in 5th with 90. Then Alfa Romeo in 6th with 69. Williams in 68. Ferrari in 8th position with 33. Then we have Alpine in 9th and Mercedes in 10th. So I think both teams who have got the tier 2 drivers, they are at the bottom, so they will be hoping that they've made the correct decision with. So we will have to wait and see if it is the correct decision. And we have Ruka saying in chat Carlabona is gonna win. Well, we're gonna have to find that out. And obviously another thing, it is gonna be wet, so hopefully that will help the track limits, because if it was dry, which it actually will be for some of the race, not too long though, where you guys need to make sure, the drivers need to make sure that they don't get too many warnings, because it is kind of the circuit where it is very hard to keep on the racetrack. And if we were to have a corner cutting race, I think this would be the best venue to do so. So let me just quickly take you through. I think we're just, so we have hit 5 30 31. So right now I think we're just waiting for one driver who said he is probably coming. So Raphael is here to make it 11 drivers. Right, let's take you through then the race results, and then right, okay, so this I can see people readying up. I think we still have time. I think we're just waiting for one more driver, and then we will get underway. So let's just find the race results. So the results from Zandvoort are Chad obviously winning. He got the move done on Flame on lap 15, I think it was, and then dominated. Then we have Flame in 2nd. We have Carlabona in 3rd, getting a podium. Then we have Sene in 4th. We have Noah getting the fastest lap in 5th. Then we have Ace in 6th, and then we have Curvo in 7th, and then we have HP8 Gamer in 8th. He was playing on, I think, no racing line assist, so that's why he was struggling. Then we have Shub in 9th, and Jowsy, the tier 2 I think championship leader, in 10th. And Curvo had a late late contact with Flame on the safety car restart, so that was unfortunate for them. So that is the race results for you. Alright, so let's just see what else can I find. So let's go through, actually, if we can, the tier 2 results from last time. Looks like it's absolute chaos because we have Noah who just disconnected. So we won't be getting underway for a tiny bit, so let's just take you through the tier 2 race results. Mojojo, obviously, as I've said, absolute dominant, finished in first. Jowsy with the fastest lap in second, crucial for his championship as he tries to extend his championship lead. Then Kato finished in third after a late puncher for myself, who finished in fourth. And then we have IDX in fifth, and we have Piscu in sixth, who had internet issues. And then we have Elite and Leo, who were the retirements. And they were the retirements. So we will be getting underway now any second for the qualifying. And Noah will be back, but it depends when. And we have been waiting so long, so sorry for the delays to everyone, and thank you if you've been with us the whole time since the stream started. And we did decide to start early as we did have a bit to get through, but we've had some delays, but we are ready to go once again. So Noah will be back hopefully soon, but we're now going to be straight into the one short qualifying. So Jordany a bit sad about Noah, as it is his favourite driver. Alright, so we're about to get into the one short qualifying. Predict in chat who is gonna get pole. So we have Jordany saying it's gonna be Ace. Alright, here we go then, the one short qualifying around this racetrack as we make our way down towards the first corner currently Smithy on top as he applies the power. And it's now Chad and Ollie in second place currently, but the order will change. And that's the thing about one short quarter, you can see how quickly it changes as Flame is retired from the session, so he will start the sprint race from the back. As we see Smithy, he's having a good run of things. Then Ollie is ahead of Chad, his former team. And over the curbs for Smithy, Noah has left the session again, so he has had more network issues, unfortunately for him. As we see Smithy attack, and look, Ollie is close and he's lost out, so it's very close between them. Ollie has lost a tiny bit of time, I think a little bit of a mistake possibly in there, so it does look like it's gonna be Smithy, and Ace is done. Ace is doing pretty well as well. Right, Smithy to come across the line. Carlabona disqualified. Raphael disqualified. Smithy is gonna start the sprint race from pole position. So Smithy has done the job. Well done to him. He will start the sprint from pole. But if you did have a bad qualifying, it is a chance for you to recover and start the main race a bit more higher. Now let's see how this one will play out. So what's our predictions? Who is gonna take victory in the sprint race and start from pole? Noah has joined, but he's might just be a tiny bit late there. It is wet, so as you guys can see, Jordany once again saying it's gonna be Ace. I mean, it's wet, anything is possible. So let's see what is gonna happen here at France in the wet conditions in intermediates. So not too sure if we're gonna have a formation lap. Let's get ready. Yep, we are gonna have a formation lap. Okay, so as we can see, the cars make their way down to us. Turn number 1 in the intermediate conditions. The weather should stay like this for the whole of the sprint race. And as the cars go around the circuit in intermediate conditions, and we can just see Smithy running a bit wide on the formation lap, but that should not matter. As Smithy and Ace disqualified from the formation lap. So let's watch Chad then. And this is an overtaking opportunity. Late braking move possible here. And then possibly someone trying to get the switch back. So it's going to be 9 laps. The sprint race will be. And this will hopefully be a fantastic sprint races. Chad brings the cars around the racetrack now, and then he backs the field up. So, predicted pit stop strategy. Well, there shouldn't really be any stops unless someone gets damaged. Let's see how this sprint will play out. Good luck to all the drivers. Javid was disqualified from the formation lap as well. Alright, we are all ready then. As the cars are getting into position, Noah disconnecting again. He will have around 9 laps to rejoin Collarbone. A lot of drivers not getting it right. Right, we are ready then for the penultimate sprint race of the year. And here come the lights. We are underway with a good reaction time from Chad, and he's pulling alongside Smithy as we go into turn number 1. Ollie alongside Sene. Could we be about to go 3 wide? Down into the first corner we go. Who is gonna be in the lead? And it's gonna be Chad who has got there. Chad takes the lead of the sprint race, and then we have Smithy in second, Ollie in third, and going wheel to wheel there is Flame, who has made up places. He's wheel to wheel with Sene. As we go down into the corner, can he try and get through? They are side by side with Flame, who has the inside line, and Sene is holding on there. And can he get the move done? Flame has been able to get through. Could Ace maybe have a run if they battle? But anyway, out at front, Chad has got the lead from Smithy, and we have Ollie, who is putting the pressure on the Alpine driver. And could Ollie try and get through? He's going to go to the inside, and he's going to try and make the late lunge. He had to get out of it to avoid a bit of contact as they went into the chicane. However, they still remain the top 3 after that corner, as we see the top 3 make their way, and Flame a tiny bit more behind but pretty close. And here we have Javid putting the pressure on Ace here. Momentarily Collarbone are waiting in behind. They're pretty close together. We have Torn currently at the back, and Raphael as well. As you watch the cars complete the first lap of this sprint race, and Smithy is close down the straight. Look how close. It's kind of like an F1 esports race, following each other. Could we see a move in the background there? Here is Mojojo up, trying to make the move up the inside of Collarbone, down into turn number 1. Can he try and find the move? Thinking about it, but couldn't find it. Lag from my side momentarily. Hopefully should be all okay. And now the 1 second here does not matter because there is no DRS in these conditions. As we see Mojojo pushing Collarbone through the corner. As we go down the straight. Well, he lost time, and actually Collarbone is putting the pressure on Javid, so we were momentarily looking behind. We're now looking ahead up the inside. Can he make the lunge? I think every single time we go into the corner, one driver's getting pinched in. We have Javid with a penalty. We have Mojojo with the penalty. Could Raphael maybe try and get moved done? Ollie has dropped a tiny bit. Smithy's still staying around the same gap, and he actually is very good through this section, is Smithy. And then who is that? That's Ace putting the pressure on Sene, who is possibly struggling a bit. Quite a lot of battles in this sprint race currently as it stands, as they make their way through. And there'll be a good opportunity for Ace. Can he get the ERS usage and try and make the move? Nope, he's dropped a tiny bit back. Ollie's gained time once more on the top 2. As you see the cars make their way through. Here is Raphael. He is on the back of Mojojo. It keeps swinging, but all the drivers making their way through. Here is Flame. Let's see. If Smithy has a chance, he's using the ERS down the straight, he's gaining. But no move so far being done. Talking about a move, it got very close momentarily. Oh no! Torn has got into the barriers as Mojojo got close to Raphael. Not too sure if they switched, but I mean I cut to it at the right time, but accidentally cut to Torn, but no problem, because then we also got to see the incident. Also, I actually need to enable some details for you. We'll keep an eye on the penalties. And here is Ace still stuck behind Sene. Could he try one into the final corner? That would have been brilliant. And meanwhile, it is very, very close for the race lead. Smithy says the fastest lap, not a surprise because he is close. This is the closest he has been. And the AlphaTauri now has a car behind, and as you can see, Chad is deploying ERS, trying his best to stay away from the Alpine driver Ollie. In third position has been given a penalty. The exit out of here is crucial. Remember, there is no DRS, so there is no aid to second place man right now, which is Smithy, and Smithy has used quite a bit of a DRS, so he's kind of struggling. But what he can do now is he can, if he puts some pressure on, maybe he can get Chad also to waste some of his ERS, and then it would be a bit more easier. And he's using ERS at every single opportunity he can. Oh no! Is that Ace who is round? It is unfortunately Ace who is round. As look at this train. I think Smithy may need to do it through the corners because it looks like in a straight line. Chad does have the straight line speed due to the extra ERS and possibly maybe a bit of setup as well. So we are on lap number 4. Could he try and make a late lunge into here? And then if he can get a good exit, there is an opportunity. And he uses a tiny bit of ERS, and now I think Chad will know that it is crucial that you don't waste all of the ERS. Fastest laps being traded as well as these guys battle it out. This is Raphael behind Carlo Bona. And here is Ace and Torn. We have Javid currently running in 8th. He has a penalty, same with Mojojo. Maybe Ace could try and get the gap down a tiny bit so he could maybe gain a few places due to the penalties. And if you look at this, Chad is pushing quite a bit. Oh no, what's happened? Ace has left the session. As we now see, there is an opportunity for Smithy here. Oh, and he goes past. Has Chad disconnected here? Might have just. And that's such a disappointment for him. And now the battle for the lead goes on in this sprint race. It is the battle for the lead. It is also the battle for pole. Flame moves up into 3rd place. So let's see. Ollie does have so let me just try and invite Ace. I think he's had a I think he's disconnected. There we go. there is quite a lot of network going on. A lot of network issues and problems. Look at the speed Ollie has in the straight line. Mojojo has retired. Oh, look at this battle go on. This is the teammates, and we can see the two Aston Martins battling it out on the racetrack. Look at this, Carlo Bono using all the ERS he has. And while we were focusing, oh, is that a full safety car that's been deployed? Might just be. It is the full safety car. Okay, that is gonna give a huge shake up and Mojojo, not too sure what happened. Right, Javid is retired as well. Okay, so now if I do get any updates, I will bring you some. But we are currently on lap number 7. They will form because there's a lot of network for some of the drivers. I think Ace is back. Chad is back as well. Torn has been given a penalty. So what I do mean by updates is if we get any server restarts or anything like that, does kind of look safety cars coming in. So just like we had in Zandvoort. Oh no! That is the McLaren of Flame who is spun around. And we are getting ready to go again, but that's unfortunate, and it's not, I don't think, what anyone would want. Ollie is right, Ollie, for a second I thought dropped over it too much. Right, we'll get into stuff. We'll get into the disconnections and other stuff later. If they do obviously finish, we may be able to have some interviews as well, if they do happen though. So Smithy is gone. Not too sure what Ollie was doing on the restart. He was holding quite a bit back. But we are racing once more then. And there is an opportunity for Flame. He's going to try one. He was trying to go to the outside, switches to the inside line, and he's going to go down towards turn number 1 on the inside. Raphael holds on to the position just about, but he gets another shot now, and he's going to try it once again, and he's going to get to the inside. He's going to get the move done. Later the brakes. Oh, Willie, because Raphael keeps his foot in, and they're side by side. Flame has the inside, Raphael on the outside, and Raphael just holds on to the place, but I'm sure there will still be pressure coming. There is still going to be more pressure as we swing it in, and there is only this lap, and then the final lap left, and we can already see Raphael breaking the slipstream. He's made his mind up. He's going to defend the inside line. He's going to force his rival round, and Flame won't be able to do it. Can't get the move done for now, but there is still going to be an opportunity. What about Ollie maybe on this final lap? So many things still yet to be decided. And we are about to go on to the final lap. Could Ollie try and give us a bit of a last lap battle in this sprint race. As we send the car in. So, we have Smithy, we have Ollie, who are the top two. We have Sene, then we have Carlabona. Before the safety car came out, it was very close between Aston Martins. For a second I thought there was a chance for Sene, and I think he could have a chance here, you know, on Ollie, if he isn't careful. However, we are on to the final lap of this sprint race. And let's see, will we get any last lap overtakes? And penalties will also be crucial. So, it's going to be good news to Raphael. We have yellow flags through the third sector. That's going to be torn, I think it is. Who I think has had a spin. A very quick one though. So, Ollie has a penalty. Sene has a penalty. Carlabona has a penalty. That's good news to Raphael and Flame. So let's see, they're going to benefit, and that's the thing with this late safety car. Ollie gaining. Now, Smithy's going to win, but could Ollie do it on the track? That's going to be the thing he'll probably want. Deploy all the ERS you have now, and you can see Smithy ahead, who is breaking the slipstream. You can see the Ferrari coming closer and closer, and could he now try and make a move in the final sector? And Smithy parks the car. Ollie's going to try and take a different racing line. Hasn't worked so far. There is still a few more corners to go. Could he have a late lunge here? To the inside. Apply the power now. Deploy some last DRS. And he'll have another opportunity. We're on the final lap. He's trying to dance around the outside now. He's not been able to do so. Now, he wasn't going to do it on the timing page anyway due to the penalties. However, Smithy will hold on. Smithy takes home victory for the sprint race here in Le Castellet. And, oh, we have a bit of a mess on the timing page right now. Don't even know if that was after the penalties applied, because so a bit of a change at the end, a very big change. I don't know if Chad was the nearest driver who didn't have one. We'll obviously have to see. Did someone probably get some on the final lap? Quite a lot of penalties. A lot happened on the final lap, and obviously I was mainly focusing on the top two. So I think we may have, I'm not sure if we're going to have any kind of restart to the server, because there looks to be a lot of glitches, and I don't think a lot of drivers are happy about stuff. And there's even a possibility that we may actually have another little quali, one short, to decide the grid. So, unfortunately, if it does, I do apologise. So we have been asked to leave the lobby, everyone. So yeah, we are going to a new lobby, everyone. Now I do apologise to all the viewers for some of the delays we've had today, but I feel, you guys do gotta accept that it's a bit of a mess right now with some of the glitches for some of the drivers, and obviously, as you can see, the race results completely turned out to be glitch, which weren't true. There's a bit of a glitched lobby, so we will have a new lobby. There could be a qualifying. Now I do apologise if there is, but it's kind of a bit unfair that many drivers have just had so Okay, I'm being told, so I actually need to leave this lobby now. We may actually use the quali grid. Like, what I mean by that is, we may use the grid from the one-shot qualifying we had. So I'm just reading chat. And if it was like any kind of normal day, yes, maybe we could have done the sprint again. But remember, there is also a football match, and I think most of the drivers would want to watch that. So sorry for the little hold, everyone. Now, let's just talk a bit about the England-France match coming up later on today. Who do we think is gonna win? So Jordan, he says England. And I can tell in the Discord currently, I feel like there's just the drivers are arguing. We had such a clean race in Budapest last time, before Zandvoort, and last time out in Zandvoort. So I think there's a bit of contact, and I think there was also this moment which we cut to it late, but you know when we saw Chad's AI ghost and Sene, Carlo Bona, and I think Raphael all going wheel to wheel down into the corner. That was absolutely chaotic, but brilliant action to watch. And perfect timing, I cut to it. So everyone, let's just cover what we've seen so far. So we obviously we had the Chad versus Smithy and possibly Ollie as well, we can say, in the mix. We had that battle, which we didn't really have it, but we did. I mean, but we didn't get to see the wheel to wheel. But we saw it was building up to that. So could we see that again in similar conditions? Right. So that was amazing to watch, and hopefully we will get that. Hopefully we'll get similar things again. So obviously in the Discord we are having some drivers saying that obviously there's going to be debate, and I think there definitely will be debate, because some people will be saying we just had a sprint race and the drivers who did well, raced well, they get nothing. And then the same argument could be said that it's unfair for the drivers who did absolutely nothing wrong. They were running in such good positions. So it's kind of a thing where qualifying might be the fairest grid, but then apparently Carlo Bono said he has glitches, so, and Flame as well. So it's really just, we can't find a balance of things, and we've already had enough of a delay, so I've just seen so I can't see Noah in the lobby. Also, Jordany, what do you think will be the score between England and France? So Jordany says it will be 2-0 with England winning. And obviously Jordany's upset that Noah has disconnected. As well. It is obviously unfortunate, but not too much we can do. Not even sure there will be a formation lap this time around. There probably will be, because obviously the settings might be a tiny bit, obviously because it's a restart, we didn't probably want to spend all day doing the settings again, so it may just save a tiny bit of time. We will see. We will see. So, if we have a formation lap, we will go to the grid that the drivers will be lined up in, which will be the qualifying grid. So the timer is ticking down. Now, who do we think is going to be in the main race? So, Jordan is saying ace once again. He said ace for everything today. Let's find out. Anything is possible. Anything is possible. Remember that. We do have a formation lap. And the formation lap is underway. So, ooh. Wow. Contact between Smitty, Sene also as well, and Ace. Chad will once again be our formation lap leader. Now let's just go through the order. So Smitty will be on pole, and then Chad alongside him. Then we have Sene in third, Ollie in fourth, Ace in fifth, Javid in sixth, Torn in seventh, Collarbone in eighth, Raphael in ninth, then Jojo in 10th, and Flame in 11th. The same order we had last time out for the sprint race, because we've used the grid from qualifying. So let's find out. As more debates continue and arguments. Anyway, the action will be coming your way. I'm so sorry once again. I will apologize to all the viewers watching about all the delays and the problems we have had today. But look, the first time that we've had it while streaming tier 1. So I've covered it since Austria. We've not had any issues since then, but obviously it's gonna happen once. It's gonna happen at some point. But do remember, it is still a game. So, Chad will get the field into position. And there are already some cars lined up. Right! We have already had the sprint race today. Let's see what the main race holds. A lot of strategy to come into play. Get ready, everyone, because the 5 red lights are coming on now. Round 11 of the season is underway. Good reaction time from Smithy this time around. And we have Chad in second. Good start from Ollie, who was trying to challenge Chad as we go into turn number 1. He's pulling alongside the AlphaTauri. He's going to the inside line. And is he going to get the place? Chad holds on. No, he doesn't. And Ollie sweeps round. So, Ollie sweeps round in the second phase. Will there be an opportunity now for the Aston Martin of Sene to try one up the inside now? Smithy leads, Ollie in second, Chad loses one position of the start, wheel to wheel there, who is that? That looks to be the 2 McLarens of Ace and Flame, battling it out as we go down through the first sector, and that's Carla Bona now, trying to make a move, and that's Ace, I think, who is involved, and they're off the road. That is Ace and Mojojo off the road on the opening tour of the race as we go down the straight, and look at that, Mojojo defending. Can Ace try and find the way through all the way around the outside? He has to wait behind for now. And meanwhile, it is close for the lead. These two to battle it out once again. And it got pretty close in the sprint race, but now they're going to provide some action for us. Right now in the main race. Now, through the third sector, they go. And, oh, running a bit wide there is Javid. Does it give an opportunity to Flame, who is now in the slipstream. Down towards the first corner of this racetrack. He'll go to the inside. Can he get the move done? How much will Javid fight this one? He can't fight it, and through goes the McLaren to move up to 5th position. And he is getting past. Here is Ace on the back of Mojojo. Could he fly one to the inside? He's gonna go for it. Will there be enough room? Mojojo runs a bit wide to leave a bit of space. And now they go wheel to wheel, side by side, and there's a bit of tyre banging. Ace tries to get the inside. He does have the inside. He's got the position, or does he? Yes, he does. Mojojo, can he now come back? He'll have the wrong racing line going on to the straight, which costs him a bit of time. Here is Carlabona. Here is Javid. And we see Carlabona getting ahead of Javid. These two providing some action for us as well. And now, does the Williams decide to tuck in and try and make an overtake? As it's just under 9/10 between the top two. Mojojo has had a spin then. He is round through the third sector, I think. And here is Raphael getting past Javid, who might have had a little mistake in there, which may be the reason why. Now Smithy sets the fastest lap. 1.1 seconds between the top two as they make their way through. as the field starts to spread out a tiny bit. Carbona still behind Flame. And let's see as he gets onto the power. Will there be an opportunity? Not deploying. ERS is the Aston Martin driver, the McLaren driver of Flame is. Flame also trying to get close to Scene. Oh, look at this battle going on the racetrack. This is Javid. This is Ace battling it out. And where is Javid? There he is. I thought he disappeared for a second. And we have Ace, who is still gonna be ahead. Not too sure if it was an attack or a defense actually. But Ace is ahead on the racetrack right now as it stands. And I also need to remember to on some of the details. For you, no penalty so far, so we just go through position changes until we start seeing some drivers getting penalties. This is the top two in the race. And it is close between them. And if we look at the ERS, this may be why. So Flame and Torn are the drivers now with penalties. So Smithy will have the advantage. Sorry, Ollie will have the advantage in a straight line, sorry, I was meant to say. As he has much more ERS. And you can see Smithy deploying it all, and if Ollie has the advantage through the corners, he should surely be able to put up an attack down the straight. Here is Flame on the back of Sene. Raphael also in that train. And Carbona as well. Here is Ace. Sorry, just having a sip of water. As the fields make their way through right now. So, the interesting thing is the championship, obviously. You're going to have Chad taking another big step, and I feel like this is kind of turning into Chad's championship, and he may be able to. It is still not over, but I guess he can maybe put one finger on the championship trophy. Not even it'll take a few more races, I think, for one hand, but maybe a finger can go on the championship trophy for now. It's been close all season, but I think after this race especially, it's gonna start going the way of Chad, and it already is going the way of Chad. And Ollie deploying some ERS once again, but just a tiny bit. And you can see Smithy deploying as well, but doesn't have much energy. Yellow flag through the second sector. That's going to be Torn, I think. It is Torn. As the top three pushing on, pushing hard. This is Carbona putting the pressure on right now. Flame, and he's gonna go for the move to the inside. Will they make a bit of contact as they go wheel to wheel now? And this is a brilliant part of the racetrack, and Carbona has to get out of it, and it looks like it has turned dries. So into the pits for Smithy, into the pits for Ollie. 5-second penalty for Sene. Pits for Chad as well. They're all going to be in, and the full course safety car is deployed at the same time. As Chad having to... Not too sure. I think he may have had to wait. Look at the chaos in the pit lane, but that's obviously expected. So let's just see if we come out in the same order. We still have Smithy leading. We still have Ollie in second. But now we are on the medium set of tyres. So we've had an inter to dry, and there is more rain to come. So do not worry, people. There's still more action coming your way. That's the tire compound. Some drivers choosing hard, so we'll keep on that. Here is Torn. He may be the reason why we actually have it. So now there will be DRS. This race is gonna be exciting, everyone. Hope you have stuck with us. And as you're stuck with us, we will reward you with some fantastic racing. Hopefully it's to come, and we've already had epic racing, so well done to the drivers. So hopefully the safety car will be in, and we will be back to green flag. And Torn had torn his pit for another set of inters. So Torn going on another set of intermediates there. So I think we'll do maybe one more lap possibly behind the Mercedes safety car. Oh, we've had a change in position momentarily. Javid and Carlabona. Hopefully Ollie this time, when we do have the restart, stays a bit more closer and puts a bit of pressure on. So we'll do one more lap behind the full course safety car in yellow flag conditions. So Torn is saying that his team put him on. His team actually put him on Inter, so that's why. I was quite surprised, but that's the reason. So lap 7 out of 27. Let's see how much action this race will have, as we are now in dry conditions once again. Positions changing between these two. We should be set to go racing the next lap basically. So the interesting thing is now we have Collarbone has decided the hards, Majojo has decided the hards, the rest have gone on mediums. And obviously we're gonna have to see how the pace is looking in the dry conditions, and we're gonna wait for the message to come that the safety car will be coming in. There it is. Race control say that the safety car's coming in this lap. And absolutely fantastic to see Ollie fighting for the victory. A driver from Tier 2 ready to prove himself in Tier 1. His reaction times will need to be perfect. And can he stay on to the Alpine? Then he just needs to wait 2 laps. And for the first time he will have something which will assist him, which will be the DRS. Right everyone, we are ready to go racing once again around France as the Alpine of Smithy weaves. And when does he decide to go? Oh no, he's got a tap from behind, I think. Smithy, I think, is going to take this one to the line. Wait for it. When does the Alpine take us back to green flag racing? Hopefully it doesn't cause a kerfuffle in the background. I can already see some tire banging. Look at that. That is how you do a safety car restart. Away Smithy goes from the field, and he's catched Ollie out. Chad is going to make the move to the inside. Can he do so? They're wheel to wheel, and Chad is pushed off wide, and he's going to have to slot in behind. So, immediately the gap goes to 1.6 seconds. Smithy flying off into the distance. Wheel to wheel there. Momentarily was Carlo Bono and Raphael as they were battling. So many penalties coming on our screen. Obviously later on in the race I will put them up for you, but it's just right now, let's just worry about the action on the circuit. Here is Chad, who is in the slipstream, who's gaining, he's alongside, he's got the inside line, and he's got the position. He takes it. Is he a bit wide? Will it give an opportunity for Ollie to fight back? Smithy is pulled away, and he wants to go and dominate, and if these guys continue battling, it's fantastic for us to watch, but it's gonna mean we don't have a battle for the lead. Look how close it is between them as they go wheel to wheel, corner after corner, and I think these guys may need to work together if they want to have a chance of victory. Smithy is off, away, and what a restart that was, and I think absolutely went away, fully caught Ollie out. And these two do need to work together if they are to close back up to the Alpine there. And now they had an opportunity because they would have had DRS. There was a late launch from Flame. Well, I've had to take 2 steps back, and I was almost tripping there. I thought he was gonna send it. Ace is also in this little train. Fantastic to watch. The cars make their way through. 2.3 seconds a gap between the top 2. Ollie gets a penalty now. So many penalties now will be coming because it is dry. So it's much more harder now. Let's see. Oh, can Ace try and get past his teammate Flame? Look at the McLaren race come. He's going. He's getting through. Ace is up into 7th. And can now Flame fight back. Javid round. He's able to continue as Jordany gives a yes Ace as Ace makes the overtake, and he likes that a lot. So Ace gets a little round of applause from Jordany. Raphael getting very close to Carlo Bona. Also guys, make sure you join the FPRL Discord. In comes Torn, but make sure you join the FPRL Discord for more insight, and you guys will be updated more about the attendance and the weather, driver moves and stuff like that. And maybe if you want, you can get a role yourself in the league, even if it is just something like a team boss or an engineer, or you could be a driver providing the action for people, as the 2 McLarens have another switcheroo and DRS is now enabled. That'll give a helping hand to Ollie. So 0.3 of a second. Raphael is close there, and he's actually pushing Carlo Bona through. As we just have a little train. We would have loved if we had a train like this for the lead. But we do not. We have a train. Oh, getting very close. We have a train for 2nd place right now. Still obviously entertaining, but we would have loved if we were able to have everyone, or so many drivers, in the fight for a win. Ace has now dropped to 1.2 seconds. Yellow flag to the third sector, that is Torn, I think, who is spun around again. Carlo Berna gets a penalty. Will there be an opportunity this time around for the Ferrari of Ollie in the DRS? You can see he is gaining. Don't think he's deploying ERS, or he would have been gaining with a tiny bit more. Carlo Berna doing well on the hard tyres. Torn round once again. That's down at the first few corners, I think. And Sene on the attack, pushing Ollie a tiny bit. 2.2 seconds. Now turns 2.3. The gap out in front. Here is Flame. Flame will have an opportunity to get past Raphael here on this lap, because Raphael does not have DRS. So if he gets a good run, he'll have a chance. And I think Ollie, I think people are hoping that everyone in the field is hoping that Chad's pace is good enough to try and get them back up to Smithy. Because if you want to make an overtake, it's the dryers. And I think this is surely your best opportunity to, but with the DRS as well, because we saw in the sprint race, much more harder. And now let's see, Flame gaining. He'll go to the inside, gets very, very close to the Haas. And Chad is really starting to gain. Yellow flag to the first sector, and once again Torn spins around at turn number 2. Oh, look at this! What a brilliant cutback by Raphael, who is trying to fight back. Can he hold on now? Round the outside, turn it in. Amazing stuff by him. Wasn't expecting that one bit. Ollie has fallen out of that 1 second. And now that will give an opportunity to Sene, who will be trying to get another podium for Aston Martin. Down towards turn number 1 we go. Pushing on is the Aston Martin driver. We have Carlo Berna in 5th. And another message I wanted to pass on to you, that Tier 2 will not be taking place tomorrow. So just wanted to inform you, just if you're wondering why is there not a Tier 2 stream, it is not going to happen at all. And I think it will be postponed, so it will happen next week when Tier 1 will be at Bahrain, so you guys will be 1 week behind with Tier 2 now. In the slipstream, in the DRS, using ERS, Sene has got the move done, and he's moving up into 3rd position. Can Ollie try and get the cutback, and now fight his rival, and Sene will be pushing him all over to the curb if possible, and there is no move for the Ferrari yet. And could Sene try and help his teammate maybe? Because Aston Martin do need points, as Chad tries to go hunting on the car ahead, which is Smithy as well. And could he try and help his teammate? Now, if they go wheel to wheel and Ollie loses time, could possibly help his teammate Carlo Berna, who is on the hard but still keeping up. Yellow flags again, and there's been a bit of a kerfuffle maybe. That's Mojojo who is round. Oh, who was that? That is Torn. Once again round the tunnel 1. I think that's the corner he's going to hate by now. As now Ollie will be staying close in the wheel tracks, and he will try and repass The car ahead here is Carlabona. As he swung it in, the gap momentarily got to 1.6 seconds. Lap 14 out of 27. Raphael is also close to Flame, so we'll focus on that later. However, let's focus on the battle for third place. ERS being deployed by the Ferrari driver, and we see the defensive shape blown by Scene. Can only try and dance around the outside. He can't get the move done, and the gap's down to 1.3. And meanwhile, there's an opportunity once again for Ollie, but Sene is gonna cover it off. They're still going side by side as we fly down the straight. Ollie will have the inside. And can he get the move done? It's 1.1 seconds and they've collided. And Ollie, and is there a tag there? And Carlabona tags him as well as they make contact and coming together. And it was going to happen. They were all racing a bit too clean, but it came together at a high-speed corner, which is normally taken flat out with two cars into one. Did not go on that occasion. And chaos and contact in France, which is going to ruin Carlabona's race as he gets a 5-second penalty for speeding and exceeding track limits. The exceeding track limits won't count though, because he was coming into the pit was just a tiny bit wide. But that's very, very unfortunate contact between them. At a very fast corner, Torn has retired. Where has he even retired? Is in the pit lane. It is in the pit lane, luckily. The gap was getting so down to 1.1 seconds, but they come together in the battle for third. Now let's watch Raphael. We have an opportunity. Javid gets the penalty. I told you this is the quest of corner cutting goes on here. Javid is out of the session. Is that contact with Mojojo? Could we have a safety car even now, because it's causing absolute chaos right now? Let's see. The gap is 1.0 seconds. Momentarily. I was trying to see if we could see the car. We couldn't. Watch this. Oh no, this is the battle for the lead going on. And down the inside goes Chad. It's happened somehow, but he's got the move done, and Chad has now taken the lead. Chad gets there, and somehow, I'm unsure, but it's changed, and it's now in the favour of the AlphaTauri driver, who has taken it away with a late move, and fantastic to see. But can Smithy now fight back? He's using the DRS, he has an opportunity, he has the DRS as well, he's gaining, and look at this, he's going to come back, and he's going to go to the inside, and watch this. The lead changes once again, and Smithy retakes it here in Le Castellet. And look at that, he's a bit wide. And can Chad retake the move? Can he redo it again? He's got the inside, and Chad is gonna get past the game. But I don't think Smithy minds one bit, because he is gonna get the DRS, and he will have another opportunity to try and retake the lead. This race comes alive, and there has to be a mistake somewhere by Smithy there. He's using the DRS. Deploying the DRS as well. He's gaining. Can he try and make a move now? You can see how much he's gaining. Can he go for a late lunge? No, he can't. Chad has taken the lead. He's got there, and he's got past the Alpine of Smithy, and he will try his absolute best to stay close. But now what Chad will try and do is fly away. Epic stuff around this racetrack, and we guaranteed action. Had to wait a tiny bit for a battle for the lead, but we're getting it now. And into the pits comes Chad. So let's see, Sene is also in. Last laps, I think we also saw some pit stop. For some others, it's going to be now soft tyres which will go on. So I think we'll see Smithy maybe in, and Ollie and Ace later on. And Sene has gone on to a set of mediums. Flame has gone on to a set of mediums. and Carlabona. So Chad going for softs. Look at Raphael still pushing Flame. Yellow flags to the second sector. Not too sure what happened as we're getting into the lap on. Once we are past lap 23, I'll put on the penalties. Oh, this is Ollie and Smithy, and I guess this is for track position kind of now. This is Ace getting past Majoja. Meanwhile, back over to this shot. Not too sure if there's another mistake for Smithy, or was Ollie close this whole time. There's so much going on, so hard to keep up with all of it at once. But we now have Ollie and Smithy. Let's see, is it going to be to the pit lane for the Alpine? Yes, it will be. Ollie stays out again. What about Ace? Ace stays out again. Where will Chad be compared to the Alpine driver? Puts on a set of mediums and he goes down the straight. Chad will be ahead and Smithy has lost time, so he's lost quite a bit of time and he's behind Flame and Raphael, so I don't even know what's actually happened to him, but it's all seemed to turn pretty quickly. And I think Ace and Ollie may be going for a late safety car. And it did say on the weather forecast that we would go back over to intermediate, so that's why I think we're going to have a late intermediate stint, so don't go anywhere. Oh no, Ollie's round and the Ferrari driver spins it around. And Ace takes the lead, obviously yet to pit, but could Ace stretch this out? Could Ace pull off a masterclass and stretch it out? It really needs to start raining now for Ace to take a fabulous victory, but there is still time in this contest to go. And I think Jordan, he will be praying right now for some rain to come at this exact second. Oh no, Ollie's round again. I don't actually know what's happening. As Jordany, yes, Jordany shouting, rain! Bring us rain! Well, it's coming in anyway. Probably maybe a bit too much to stretch it for too long. Ollie gets a 5-second penalty for speeding. And now, it's Mr. Dominance time once more. Chad leads the race. And Majojo on those hards is going to try and go long, so he's leading by 5.2 seconds. Let's see what can Smithy try and do compared to the two cars ahead, because they will be closing into Majojo. Oh no, he's given a little tap, but that shouldn't hopefully have damaged the wing or made any kind of difference. It was only a little tap anyway. Let's see, can Raphael get the move done this time around? He's deploying the ERS. DRS usage as well. And this is for second on the racetrack if when Majojo comes in trying to dance around the outside, and Flame parks the car brilliantly, doesn't let him through there. Will there be another opportunity? Down the straight, nope, he's pulled a tiny bit off now. What about Smithy? Doesn't look like there'll be an opportunity for him, but now they're closing in on Majojo, so how much of a difference can Majojo play in this? Because if they catch him, because someone's going to catch him at the right time, and it will be good for them, but someone may catch them at the wrong time. If Flame catches him at a perfect time, but then Raphael gets stuck behind, that could also be crucial. So many things to still happen in this contest. And Ollie, Budapest was all going well until a late spin. Here, all going well till it spins, but I also think something else might have happened as well. Is it just not going his way? And same thing can be said for Smithy, because he would have had a chance to have a victory. Can he try one into... Oh no, look at that! Smithy has gone for the late launch and it's not paid off. They've lost time to the car ahead, and now we'll see. Flame is gonna try and make a clean overtake. Does Mojojo decide to defend it? Bit of lag from my side, sorry. However, Flame is getting to the inside and Flame is getting to the position, and he's got through. He's got through into second, and now Raphael will try and do what he can, but that late move from Smithy will definitely have cost them both, and now that's cost them a chance of second position when they both get past Mojojo. But maybe can he get the move done cleanly, because he doesn't want to be held up either. Let's see. He'll get an assistance of DRS here. The Mercedes has not got the best exit, but it's got DRS. That's one thing it's got. However, Mojojo, does he go defensive? This will be annoying for Raphael. It'll be lovely for Flame. Right on the gearbox. And could Smithy try one now? Watch this. Raphael gonna go to the inside, and Mojojo will get barged out of the way, and now there will be an opportunity. He rejoins, still side by side. Now he's side by side with Smithy, who almost gets spun around, and Mojojo has to go a tiny bit off, and he's gonna lose time, and we see Flame is gonna pull a bit off now, and the Mercedes is gonna come back on Smithy. That's definitely not what Smithy wanted, who tucks back in. But the Mercedes is here to fight, looks like. And he isn't just going to sit around. He's going to go battling. And does he have an opportunity now? Can Smithy try and get past the Mercedes finally? As this corner, I think, will be scaring a few drivers after a bit of contact. Can he try one? All the way around the outside. What a move. Can he do it? He's pulled it off. Fantastic stuff by Smithy. Obviously there is a tyre difference, however that is sensational, absolutely amazing stuff by Smithy, and what an epic move. And now he'll have an opportunity to fight for the final position on the podium. So we will see on that. And now let's see, we have Smithy gaining, and he will be pushing as well too. I think a few drivers will be hoping, definitely. Oh, look at that! And that's a late move by Smithy, who's got through, and he's back up into third. Wrong time to be staring at my phone right now. Right, let's go back to the action. We have Smithy going defensive. Wait for them to come into the corner. Still stays the same. Is Smithy gonna brave it out? Look at that, he's braved it out. But is it gonna work? Because now the Haas is gonna stay ahead. Just about. And can he try one? Can he go to the inside? Look at that. Fantastic. And now they're going to be side by side. He's trying to dance all the way around the outside. Epic. Brilliant. Amazing. Smithy. Now, if you're going to argue about there was a tyre difference last time, was there any tyre difference this time? Absolutely not. What a move by Smithy to move up into third position. But for how much longer? How much longer will Raphael let that be the case? Can he fight back? He does have the DRS, which is keeping him close and close. And Mojojo is absolutely loving this, because he has gone for a gamble on those hard tyres. If he can stretch this to the end, it will be absolutely amazing stuff for him. We will obviously have to wait and find out. And if these two crash, Mojojo could finish on the podium yet in his first race for Mercedes. Mercedes, but you can see the clouds are in the air. Still, things are possible. We are on lap number 23. And we have Sene, who is also now closing into this. And look how much Raphael gained on Smithy with that straight. Carlabona gets another penalty, and I think it's also now time to have a look about the penalties. And if you take a look at Flames, well, he may have got up into second, but that is a very, very large penalty, and Smithy will definitely benefit from that. Even Raphael may, and Mojojo, they both have 6 seconds. Then we have Sene, who doesn't. He is going to be benefiting quite a bit for the penalty. He's going to try and get past Mojojo first of all. Carlabona, big penalty. Ace will benefit from that, and I think Ollie might just as well. So we're going to have a lot of changes, so wait for them to come across the line first of all. This is the only battle right now on the racetrack. Let's see, does Mojojo decide to go defensive? Well, if he wants to go defensive, look at the speed of the Aston Martin. He's already ahead before we even get into the corner. Couldn't defend at all. But can he try and stay close? The answer, we will find out soon to that. If he can stay close. We are on lap 24. And it is starting to get cloudy, but will there be any rain which will cause them to go on inters? Because on my weather forecast it was a clear dry, sorry, a wet inters, dry inters. Well, looks like if it does decide to rain, it may not be rain that causes them to move off. Right, Smithy is actually closing in on Flame, and obviously Flame does have a penalty, but still may make a difference. And I feel like the spots of rain are a few seconds away of coming. Right. There is still possibly some curveballs to come in this race. Now, Flame doesn't put up much of a fight. Through goes Smithy. I think that may just be due to his penalty possibly. Doesn't feel like fighting it. Or does he? Because he's now closing back in a tiny bit. And obviously, I don't even know the full reasons. Some of them are probably track limits, but there could be some penalties which don't count due to, they may have been given for reasons which can be removed. So we're obviously going to have to see Smithy going defensive, and now could we see Flame take it back? He's going to go to the inside. Flame trying to take it back. Flame, but look at that. Smithy holds on to the outside. He's holding off onto the position. Does Flame decide to deploy? Now I can see a bit of rain coming down, and Flame has been given another penalty because he's trying to dance all the way around the outside. I'm seeing raindrops on lap 25 we are on, trying to dance all the way around the outside of his rival, and Smithy just stays ahead. And you can see the rain will be starting to come down, and this race still has more drama to come. Still has more drama. Here is Chad, who's about to lead us onto the penultimate lap, but how much rain will come down is going to be my question. Could it cause any spins? It still is going to cause, surely, quite a bit of chaos. Could cause DRS to be disabled if it gets too much. But I think the drivers will try and go to the end now. Let's see, in the slipstream, inside line for Flame, he's getting the move down to the inside, and these two are going to battle it out. Now there is a penalty, but Smithy is holding on. Now there is going to be a penalty for Flame. However, still we need to take you to the action. Still there's excitement. Still, this is a battle on circuit, and still if they collided, it could open the door for drivers behind. Doesn't look like the rain is coming down enough though. Isn't coming down enough. DRS is disabled. Right, so now it is going to be starting to come down, and that could cause a mistake from any one of these drivers. Here is the man who is on The penultimate lap, he needs to be pin perfect on the throttle. He needs to make sure that everything is neat and clean. Look at this battle now. It is so wet on the circuit as we see Majojo and Carlabona battle it out. The gap is down to 4.6 seconds for the race lead. Look how much rain this is. This is a tough challenge for the drivers. On the penultimate lap of this race, will anyone just try and nurse home now? And actually, hold on a second. Smithy might win this, you know, because Chad is going extremely slowly, and Chad also has a 3-second time penalty. The gap is down to 3.2 seconds. So Chad and Flame is coming in. Smithy may just win this, you know. Flame is out. Flame is out of the race. And yes, it's going to be Smithy who will win. And that is such a disappointment for Flame, first of all. But now, the rain has come down and it's caused absolute chaos. And you can see Smithy is closing in on the circuit as well. And now, weather changes right at the end. First of all, there is a penalty for Chad. However, it could even be done on the racetrack, which will mean that there is no discussion at all. And unless Smithy does get a penalty by the stewards, we're gonna find out who will do it on the racetrack. And this is such tough conditions for the drivers. And you can see Smithy. Oh no, they're getting so close together. And this is on the final lap of the race. Smithy trying to get the power down. Chad holds it for now. Oh no, he spun around, and that may just cost him race victory. And Smithy had to be careful there, and it may have just cost him that moment. And it's such treacherous conditions for all of these drivers. However, this man, Chad, I won't even believe it until they get through the final corner. That's how much treacherous these conditions are. Sene will also benefit from Raphael's penalty. Chad somehow will nurse home. He would have been thinking that this wouldn't be his race victory today. After the gap gone to 3 seconds, it looked like that Smithy would even overtake him on the racetrack. However, he will make his way if he can just navigate the final corner. He can do it slowly as he wants. But now he rounds the last corner, and he will come home to take a fantastic and fabulous victory for him. It's his 9th win in FPRL as he slides across the line to take race victory. We have Raphael, who will not take second because it will be a drag race to the line between the two Aston Martins, but Carlabona also had a penalty. So it'll be Sene, who will take second. Then Raphael will take third, and the penalties will just keep coming in. We'll wait for the whole order to get classified to us. But then you will have Smithy will take 4th, Majojo 5th, Ace in 6th, Carlabona in 7th, Ollie in 8th position. And now, you saw it in Tier 2 last time out with me getting a punch on the last lap, but you've seen it here. Now if Smithy didn't make that mistake, it was his victory. So, it shows you, never leave before the last lap, because anything is possible. And another example of that was Lewis Hamilton in 2020 in Silverstone. Do not leave before the last lap. Absolutely unbelievable stuff. And to put some rain at the end. And also the England match is underway, so I don't think we will have interviews, so I will also quickly wrap it up, so I'm not holding you guys up for too long either. Well, what a absolute race that was. So I've actually just been told, or Chad has said in chat, that he was on 92. Well, look, I also got unlucky. Remember that I got unlucky in Zandvoort. I was like around 95. Like, the puncher just could have waited a few more corners for me. The puncher could have waited, but he decided to come at a wrong point, which made me lose quite a bit of time. And actually, I was only 1.8 seconds, I think, at the end, away from actually taking third, because the I think Kato had a penalty as well, which meant it's yeah, absolutely amazing. And so that may be one of the reasons why Chad already had tyre wear. So Chad already had tyre wear, and as I was feeling it in Zandvoort, it is absolutely annoying to drive, especially on a wet circuit. Right, okay. Let's just take you to the results. Everyone, we have Chad, who comes home to take win. Then we have the Scene in second, Raphael in third, Smithy in fourth. And maybe a bit too late there. Possibly a bit too late. Alright, so that wraps it up then from Le Castellet. We hope that you enjoyed the football match, and we hope you've enjoyed today. Now, Chad, I think, is marching on to take this championship, and Chad, I'll let you put two fingers on the championship trophy now after that race victory. I said one, but he's now actually won it, so 2 fingers for you, Chad, on the championship trophy. Let's see if he can make it 3, 4, or could he maybe put a hand on the championship trophy next time out. Right, okay, thank you for joining us from France, and sorry for some of the delays, but I think it was worth it at the end. You got delivered to a lot of chaos at the end. So, I believe I will 100% just check for you on the calendar the next race. But I believe it is Bahrain, it was supposed to be Miami. However, after the drivers voted for it to be changed, it is Bahrain. And also the fans also did say that, so same thing. So I think it wasn't really what everyone wanted it. Then after that will be the Christmas break, and then we will return in Singapore, Abu Dhabi, Mexico, which will be the final sprint race of the year, and Brazil. Right, thank you for joining us this time out in France. We will see you all in Bahrain next time out when FPRL returns. Goodbye.